Hey y'all, Tracey, Charlesville long-haired girl here. Um, this actually is going to be twofold. I realized that I never responded to the tag that Robbie tagged me with for the weight loss struggles tag. Um, I apologize, Robbie. It was not intentional. Um, okay, let's start with my weigh-in. Let me get to it. I am actually down 1.6. I'm not entirely sure how. Not my best food week. I ate lots of pasta. But not a bad food week, and I did track most everything. My husband came home not feeling well on Wednesday, and that kind of put me in not a great headspace, but I digress. He is feeling better, and yeah. So I did, for sure one day I did multiple 10-minute workouts. Tuesday I did like 4 10-minute workouts, and then I did a 3-mile workout with hand weights. But unfortunately, the remainder of my week was not as much walking as I normally do. But I feel pretty good about the fact that, I tracked most of the week. As y'all may recall, I was having some kidney issues, and so I had bought some cranberry juice. Well, I thought I had bought some cranberry cherry, but as it turns out, maybe for my benefit, it was not. It was straight cranberry juice, and I'm not a big fan of cranberry juice. So what I've been doing is I've been putting just a little bit in the bottom of my cup, and I fill the rest up with water. It gives me something just slightly different to drink, and I'm not really having that much of it. So honestly, I haven't really been tracking it. Probably need to, but there you go. Being honest. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do this tag that Robbie tagged me with, since I am so late. And honestly, I'm not really going to tag anybody with it, because I suspect that everybody that I would have tagged has already been tagged and has already done it. Why did you start this weight loss journey? Initially, way back when, honestly, it was to feel better. But I have continued because of my health. My mother's health was not great when she passed, and I think that's part of why I still continue to do this. Because I think that there were things that she could have controlled better, but did not. Do you have a food kryptonite? For me, honestly, it's probably still pizza. I have a hard time when we get pizza. I have a hard time eating 1 or 2 pieces. Even if I'm full, I still feel like I want to eat more, to the point that it kind of makes me nauseous. Honestly, there used to be a lot more foods in that category, so I'm kind of thankful that there's not as much now. When is it hardest to stay on track? When I'm stressed and when I don't feel good. Those are the 2 times for me that really make it difficult. Because when I don't feel good, like if I'm making myself eat, I may not make the best option. Which again is part of the reason why I'm kind of stunned that I lost this week, because Friday for lunch I had a Jimmy John's sandwich, which, understand, it was the Little John, so it was the teeny tiny sandwich, which probably wouldn't fill up anybody, but it works for me. And then I had some chips on the side. My downfall is I've been craving salt for some reason. No idea why. So I had chips. I had more chips probably than I should have. But when I don't feel good, it kind of makes me long for comfort food. And I did have some of that this week. I made some macaroni and cheese and pork chops, and black-eyed peas. I have beans and my mama's special cornbread. So, I did have some comfort foods this week. But I tracked them. What is the one thing that you know you need to do differently? I need to track more consistently. I need to work out more consistently. I need to hit my water goals. I need to be more focused on what I know I need to do. And I don't know if any of y'all follow her. I haven't had a chance to look it up yet, but Paula B is starting one of her challenges, and I know Lisa from Dumpy to Diva is also starting a challenge, and I'm thinking if I can kind of do a combination of the two, that it might help me, because the weekends are really difficult for me. So yeah, as the week progresses, I need to stay on plan and not get distracted. What is one thing that has stopped you from being successful in the past? Me. 110% me. I can have body aches and, whatever, but the fact of the matter is, I know it's me, because ultimately everything is a choice. Like every day I get up, I have choices to make. I have choices whether I get up and work out. I have choices of what I eat, and what choices I make with regard to what I eat. And even though I have some things available, I don't always make the best choice. So this week, I'm trying to set myself up again for success. I'm going to be boiling some eggs in the Instant Pot. Is it really boiling? I'm going to be cooking some eggs in the Instant Pot so that I have those available this week. I'm going to make an angel food cake, put it in cupcake tins. I have some strawberries that I've already cut up. I put a little tablespoon of monk fruit, the regular monk fruit, on it, to kind of give it that juice and sweetness. And then I have some Ready Whip, so I'm going to use that when I'm feeling the urge for a dessert. So I'm trying to plan to be successful this week. What is something that you've learned that you wish you knew before starting this journey? Honestly, I wish I had really made some better choices in the beginning. One of the things that I realized, quite honestly, that has changed is the fact that I went from eating a lot of, I'm going to call them fake foods, all of the fat-free foods, the fat-free cheeses and the fat-free cream cheese and the fat-free milk and all of the fat-free foods. I did all of that because, for those of us who were adults during that time frame, the 90s was very hardcore, low fat, no fat. So I kind of learned to cook some things that way, and I ate a lot of that, but what I didn't realize at the time is how much they put in, how much stuff that I really can't pronounce that they put in to make it taste like the full fat version, or give it the same texture. So that I wish I had paid attention to. Now I think a lot of what I try to do is focus on some more whole foods. So yes, I do. And what I ate this week, I had full fat cheese. We bought the block and shredded it. So I had full fat cheese, but I had whole wheat pasta. So, it's kind of a balancing act for me. I may not always use fat-free milk, but when I'm doing something where I'm being intentional about it, like for my smoothies, I use cashew milk for that. But if I'm cooking, a lot of times I will use the whole milk that we have on hand, or the 2% milk that we have on hand that I buy for my son. When I made my cornbread this week, I used whole milk. That's what we had, so that's what I used. But I am doing, like when I'm making the yogurt in the Instant Pot, I'm doing that with the fat-free milk. Because I know I like that, and I can do that. So I guess ultimately I wish that I had realized that it was all about choices. One positive side effect of your journey that you didn't expect. All of the friends that I have met with, whether virtually or in person. When I started Weight Watchers, I'm not even going to say how many years ago, I met some really amazing women who supported me before I met my husband, that I'm still friends with today. And that is a blessing. And then I have met, since starting in the YouTube community, I have met an amazing number of women and men who are inspirational, and who kind of keep me moving, whether I'm going in the right direction or not. They kind of help keep me moving, and reminding me not to quit. And I appreciate more than I can fully express. The biggest complaint about your weight loss journey, honestly, I wish I could do less and get more, but I mean, it is what it is. We are amazing and unique and special. No matter what size we are, we were created to be who we are, no matter our size or shape. But what is super important for me is for me to be healthier. I want that for me, and I want to be that for my family, because I want to be around longer. My mother died at a younger age because she wasn't as healthy as she could have been. And there are many things that we could all change for ourselves. And I think that's one of my biggest takeaways from this, is because, again, it's all about choices. And I had a friend tell me one time, if you're not happy with where you are, you are the only one who can change it. And it's so true. I make the choices. I'm the one who makes the decision as to what I put in my mouth every day. I'm the one who makes the decisions, for the most part, as to what we're bringing into this house and eating as a family. I'm in control. If I'm having, 5 Dr. Peppers a day, I'm not. I'm just saying. There was a time when I ate very badly. I made some very, very poor choices. They knew me at the drive-thrus, at the Jack in the Box and the Whataburger and the Pizza Hut, and the Brahms. They knew me by name because I was there so often. And the Taco Bell. So I don't want to be that person again. And I'll be quite honest. No offense, Jack in the Box, but I can't eat that anymore. Like, legitimately, the last few times that I have tried to eat it, like, I've been craving something and I went to eat that whatever from Jack in the Box, it made me nauseous, or it didn't taste right, so I won't do it. I'm not going to spend the money to do something that I'm not going to enjoy. So I guess too, that's also one of the positive side effects from my journey that I didn't expect, is that I don't crave that kind of food anymore. Do you have a new favorite food because of your journey? Quite honestly, I do. I would have never thought in a million years I would say this, but in working this plan and working on myself and my journey, whether it's trying to do the more whole food approach or less meat, whatever, I have found that I have a great love for roasted vegetables. I love roasted Brussels sprouts, roasted kale, roasted broccoli, and cauliflower. They make me happy. And quite honestly, when I fix the roasted Brussels sprouts or roasted kale, they almost get eaten around here like candy, because we just munch on them. Even if they're cold, it's what we do. We all enjoy that. So yeah, I find myself eating more vegetables when I fix them the way that we enjoy. Because to be honest, I grew up thinking that Brussels sprouts only came in a bouillon bag with butter sauce. So, and with the little dude on the package. So I'm thankful that I no longer eat just that, because there was a time my son would not touch Brussels sprouts. So, and I can't say I enjoy cooked spinach. That's still not like my favorite thing, but I have found that I enjoy it in recipes more than, like, I look for it in recipes. It's kind of funny, but buying the already like canned cooked spinach, still not a fan. Or cooked spinach that's in the frozen section, not a huge fan. If it's in spinach dip with all that high fat stuff, I can have it then. Not an issue, but I think it's because of the high fat content in the other stuff. And the last question, is it worth it? Yes, because I am worth it. I am worth my health. I am worth the effort that goes into meal prepping and trying to come up with a meal plan. And I may not share all of that on here all the time. I know I've kind of taken a step back when I wasn't feeling well and some things were happening, but to be honest, I enjoy sharing that stuff, and I appreciate the fact that others share. Will I get back to sharing as much? I may not. I may start sharing different things. I have ideas that I want to share with y'all about, like a Flashback Friday. I have multiple ideas working in my head on that. But yes, it is worth it. It is worth it for me to do this and to go through this effort, because even if it doesn't always show on the scale, those 10-minute workouts that I'm doing, or if I'm doing a 3-mile workout with weights, or if I'm doing the 3-mile slim and sleek, where I'm focusing on the Pilates moves, it's focusing me on my core. I've had multiple compliments in the last couple months of people saying, you're really losing. And I'm not noticing it, and it's definitely not showing on the scale, but I think my body is changing because of my effort. So that's worth it, because, who doesn't like a compliment, for real? But, okay, that is all 10 questions. Again, anybody I think that I would have tagged has probably already been tagged and has already done this. Robbie, I'm sorry for the delay in responding to this. I should have done it sooner, but there's been stuff. But it's done. I was down 1.6 this week. Again, don't quite know how, but it is what it is. I'm going to take it. Goals for the coming week. We're definitely going to do something different for Tag Tuesday, or at least that's my plan. I need to sit down and write down all the questions. Already know who I'm tagging, so that's done. It's not going to be exactly the same 2 people, and I feel good about that. And then I'm hoping that I have, I recorded a chicken spaghetti recipe. So I'm hoping to have that up Wednesday, provided I can figure out how to get all my editing done. I'm not great at that, so I'm a work in progress. But I want to move more, definitely get my water in, and focus on what I'm eating and make sure I'm tracking it, because those things are important. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I may see you for Meal Planning Monday. Talk to you soon.